From Peoria, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Christina Colosimo and Brett Lemick. Our news anchors, Jennifer French and Tierney Modulin. News interviewer, Nafia Khan. Sports anchor, Sam Mangieri. Sports reporter, Cody Brutley. Get real with Blaze Felty. In the spotlight with Sandra Hollywood Hall. Mind, Body, and Soul with Afton Hallauer. Street Team with Seth Johnson. About Town with Sarah Dorn. Becca Waneen says, let's eat. And State of the Arts is with Sherry Ellis. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Christina and Brett. Take it away, kids.
Hey, welcome back to a wonderful week of Midstate Magazine. As always, I'm Brett Lemick, but coming new, filling in for Christina Colosimo is...
Sandra Hollywood Hall. Well, thank you for joining.
And it's nice to see your face. I haven't seen you for a while.
Oh my God, I'm right here, but...
Well, now we're here hanging out on Earth Day.
Earth Day, okay.
What are your special plans for today?
I mean, what is Earth Day? Am I talking about what? Earth? I mean, why don't we have like Mars Day or Jupiter Day? What's so significant about Earth Day?
Because I don't live on Mars, and if I did live on Mars, I would want it to be a clean environment.
Clean environment? I mean, what? Earth has a clean environment? Come on now. Who recycles these days? I don't.
A lot of people are starting to recycle, and it's not just like aluminum cans with paper and cardboard and all that other fun stuff.
Oh, and newspapers also?
And newspapers, but stay away from styrofoam.
Okay.
Just a little tidbit.
So I guess today we're going to talk the significance of our Earth and why it's important to recycle and environmental tips and
also, we'll be talking about a new TV show which is coming out, a new TV channel actually, which is 24-hour eco-lifestyle friendly.
Oh, wow.
I have a lot to tell you about. But first, why don't we go to news?
Let's
check out news
then.
with Jen French and Tierney Modulin.
Good evening and welcome to Midstate News. I'm Tierney Modulin.
Thanks for joining us this Earth Day. I'm Jennifer French.
Local farmers are celebrating Earth Day every day. Ann Patterson of Farmington, Illinois grows organic farm-fresh food on her eco-friendly estate.
Living Earth Farms, in many ways, is just like any other farm in central Illinois.
My farm consists of 14 acres of hay, 2.5 acres of fruits and vegetables. That includes brambles, fruit trees, mainly vegetables, herbs.
The difference lies in the organic crops produced at Living Earth.
I don't have any, I don't use any pesticides, I don't use any herbicides, I don't use any fungicides. I don't use any manure directly onto any of my beds that are used. I think if you're looking for the health benefits, air quality, water quality, those are more intact with farming in a sustainable and organic method, which is what we do here.
And veggie lovers can expect great things from this farm.
Heirloom tomatoes, because I have a lot of different kinds, and I'm especially proud of my greens, my heirloom lettuces, spinaches, arugula.
Eating local organic food has benefits beyond personal health. The environment also benefits.
I think if you think of the cost of fuel today and the cost that goes into not only shipping products to from distances, on average, your produce that you buy in a supermarket travels about 1,500 miles to get there. That takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of fuel.
So for this Earth Day, consider buying local and eating organic. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Sarah Dorn.
Mrs. Patterson begins selling her produce in late spring. You can also buy online. Check out the website at the bottom of the screen for more information.
Tonight, people all over are paying tribute to the third rock from the sun. There are a number of ways to preserve Earth and reduce the size of our ecological footprint. For example, consider using reusable cloth bags for groceries when doing laundry. Try washing just cold water. Doing so cuts down energy use by 90%. And for schoolwork, print on both sides of the paper and use a lighter weight sheet. These are just a few ways to be environmentally conscious this holiday. For more tips, check out earthshare.org.
Peoria is looking for a symbol to represent the town. Craig Hollinger, Economic Development Director of Peoria, introduced the concept of a fountain to be featured along the city's riverfront. The proposed fountain could be seen from I-74 and would shoot water from the Peoria and Tazewell County sides of the river. Hollinger hopes the private developer will fund the project so that no tax money will be used.
Two local organizations recently partnered up with Bradley students to serve not just the community, but also the earth. Christina Russell spoke with one of the event's coordinators and the founder of Can Do about their fundraising event.
The Better Earth Day celebration is an event created for the Peoria community children to do something good for their neighborhood.
We're having a fundraiser for the Can Do students, and we planted flowers in pots decorated by the Can Do students, and we're going to sell them. We're also collecting aluminum cans to be recycled.
The Can Do Scholarship Program also reaches out to Peoria's youth through education.
It's a scholarship fund that I started in November of 2002. We went to Irving Primary School and we wanted to offer a guaranteed $1,000 scholarship to every fourth grader who goes through Irving Primary School here in Peoria.
The Better Earth Day celebration will be held here at Taft Park, which is a prime location since Irving Primary School is right down the street. The events coordinators hope the kids will get a lot out of the event and develop great recycling habits for the future.
This event is hopefully going to help, number one, the kids realize how important recycling is, and so that they can keep the areas where they live and eventually where they're going to work clean.
This event will be a great way to start good recycling habits with Peoria's youth. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Christina Russell.
All the money will benefit the Can Do Scholarship Fund. To learn more about the program, visit their website at www.cando.413.org. Now we're going to send it over to Nafia Khan with this week's news interview. Take it away, Nafia.
Thanks, Jen. Today we are joined by Christina Kiefer, an employee of the Forest Park Nature Center, and she's here to tell us a little bit about her involvement with Earth Day 2008. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
So now that because the Forest Preserve Nature Center is a part of the Peoria Park District, can you maybe give me a little bit about what your position is there?
Sure. My position at Forest Park Nature Center is actually naturalist. I originally came on as just a naturalist and then later took on some of the nature store coordination too. So I do a little bit of everything. There are field trips and tours, public events and outreach to things like Earth Day Festival.
And how long have you worked for the Forest Park Nature Center?
I've been there 6 years now.
Cool. So obviously Earth Day is a really important event for the Nature Center. What events did you plan for the year to celebrate Earth Day?
Actually, Earth Day is a huge event for the Nature Center, and even though we have programs and things going on throughout the year, Earth Day is one of our larger festivals, and each year we actually plan it in April, fairly close to the actual Earth Day. And with that, we have just a number of things going on. This year was actually April 19th that the festival took place. And during that day, we had over 40 different local groups that had information for people on eco-friendly products, environmentally friendly services that can be done locally, all sorts of information on little steps that people can do to make a difference. So the whole, becoming more environmentally friendly doesn't have to be really overwhelming. So we try to keep this as something that's accessible to all sorts of people. It's a donations-only event. And we also try to keep it very, very grassroots and kind of down to earth.
So why is Earth Day so important to recognize?
Well, I think if you look at some of the statistics that are out there, for example, according to the EPA itself, there's still 159 million Americans that breathe unhealthy air. If you look at current levels of U.S. consumption, if each person on our planet were to come up to those levels of consumption, we would need 4 additional planets to be able to survive. And in addition to that, just some of the things we see going on societally.
Maybe we can talk a little bit later. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much for coming in. And now back to Tierney.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nafia. Warmer weather means more events outdoors. Sam Mangieri is back in the studio this week to talk to us about what's going on in sports. Sam?
Thanks, Tierney. It's good to be back. Over the past few years, a few bizarre instances have occurred to leave people wondering of the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. When will it all end? The most recent event signaled that the saga is far from discontinuing, as a Sox fan took it upon himself to bury a David Ortiz jersey in the concrete foundation of the future Yankee Stadium. His goal was to curse the Yankees and join the likes of the curse of the Great Bambino, the Billy Goat, and the Black Sox. 2 of these curses have been lifted in the past 4 years, however, and this potential Yankees curse was lifted before it could even take effect. So after 5 hours of drilling, the jersey was removed to be cleaned, shipped to the Jimmy Fund, and sold at an auction to raise money for charity. Also in surprising sports news, Tiger Woods failed to meet expectations and let the Masters slip away from his grasp. and this past Masters tournament went to Trevor Immelman. Although attention tends to focus on Woods when it comes to this tournament, it should be noted that Immelman didn't just slip by with a victory. He played with grace and immense skill and took the green jacket home in style. We now take a break from national sports and direct our attention to the local Bradley Ultimate Frisbee team.
This week we caught up with the Bradley Ultimate Frisbee Fanatics, also known as Buff. The sports club is dedicated to enjoying and mastering the sport of Ultimate Frisbee. Nicholas Rihas speaks about the different techniques of throwing the disc.
Some basic throws for Ultimate Frisbee. Just there's a backhand throw, which is kind of like across your body. And then also there's a forehand move, which is you don't have to go across your body. It's more of like a flick of the wrist, fairly straightforward. It's a lot easier to go with the back.
If this looks like fun to you, they're always looking for new members, regardless of experience. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Cody Brutlug.
Thanks, Cody. As a bit of trivia, golfers from South America have made quite the name for themselves in the Masters over the past 8 years, with one of them taking at least second place in 5 of those 8 years, and Immelman, who is also from South Africa, taking first place this year. That's all I've got for sports this week. Back to Tierney with the news.
Thank you, Sam. Peoria's Fire Department has recently revealed a new educational tool, a Fire Safe House. The house will be used to teach community children how to avoid and escape fires. The trailer stands 35 feet tall, has smoke machines, heated doors, and a weather-smart program. Federal grant money funded the project. The fire department, with trailer in tow, will travel to local communities to spread fire safety.
Thanks, Tierney. Now we go on to Dr. Pitts for this week's weekly career tip of the week. Dr. Pitts.
You've got the interview, you're sitting in the chair, the conversation's been going well, and you know, do think about the interview as a conversation, but at the same time, you're really there and you're performing, and the person is doing something to assess your ability. How curious are you? What do you actually know? How prepared are you for today's interview? Person says to you, so tell me something you've read recently other than a regular course textbook. What are you going to say? Well, do yourself a favor. Go browse the business bestsellers, some bestseller category, and find a book. That's a pretty good book. I would suggest a business bestseller, maybe if you like history, something that's historical, contemporary history, a biography of a famous leader, something like that. I got a copy of the book Blink in my hand. That's a business bestseller, and it's a decent enough book to be able to talk about. But find something so that when the person says, what have you read, you can say, why, I just finished reading Blink, or Good to Great, or any number of other books. But again, that's part of having something to talk about.
Thanks for joining us again tonight.
Have a very happy Earth Day.
And we'll see you back next week. Thanks, Brett, Christina.
All right, we're back.
You're funny. I'm Sandra, but it's cool. Christina, we love you, girl.
Yeah.
Now, as we're talking about Earth Day, we're talking about environment, how it's important to protect our planet.
Yes, of course.
There are a lot of environmental issues going on, obviously. We have, endangered species, we have air pollution, acid rain, oil spills.
Global warming, if that's happening.
And speaking about global warming, back in my hometown, Chicago, they're hosting this Green Apple Festival at the Lincoln Park Zoo. And what they're going to do, they're going to have environmentalists come in, community activists. They're going to come in, speak about the call for the climate, about global warming in Chicago. And they're hoping to get at least 1 million people to come and participate. Hopefully, they can express this to Congress, and maybe some action be taking place.
You know what? I'm going to have to check that out.
Definitely.
Chicago, okay.
Chicago.
I'll think about that. But first, I'm going to go to Get Real with Blaze Felty.
Ewan McGregor, Hugh Jackman, and Michelle Williams star in the dramatic thriller Deception.
Sorry if I scared you. Oh, you're Wyatt, right? Yeah.
Some men are terrible at attracting women. That is, until they find out the secret.
Like working with acids. You have the day off tomorrow? Is she looking at me? Listen, you don't think women have the same urges? Successful women? And? Well, let's just say there's a way that it can be taken care of.
The list that gives you a chance with any girl you want.
Hello?
Are you free tonight?
I am free, but...
Could you be at the Dillon in 1 hour?
Are you waiting for me?
Yes, I think so.
When you're on the list, the rules are simple. No rough stuff and no names.
What happens when you break the rules?
detective. You've got to find her.
A woman whose name you don't know.
All I know.
When everyone you thought you knew ceases to exist.
Why there is no one by this name working in this firm.
You'll have to go to the ends of the earth to find out the truth.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Deception. The title pretty much says it all. This movie is filled with twists and turns throughout, and should be one of the better thrillers of the year. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Blaze Felty.
Thanks, Blaze. Deception,
thanks.
check it out. So we're talking about Earth Day.
Right.
And I was watching one of my favorite shows on TLC. I don't know if you watch it, Little People, Big World.
I've checked it out.
It's awesome. If you don't watch it, you definitely should.
Okay.
And I was watching their show, and they have this whole like green, environmental friendly show where they replaced all their washers and dryers with like eco-friendly, energy-saving washers and dryers, which the washers actually produce steam and don't use water somehow. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty interesting.
They replaced the light bulbs with, you know, those. They're a little more expensive, but they work better and they last
kind
longer.
Of spiral?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, they were just doing a whole show about being more eco-friendly, and I love the show already. So.
Good. Did they say how it helped benefit them in any way?
Yeah, they're saving money on bills, and it's helping the earth. And you know, here in Midstate, we do our thing. Instead of using cue cards, we've converted to teleprompters to save on paper.
There we go.
And things like that.
Hide my paper.
And you know, just to help the mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body,
speaking
soul.
of mind, body, and soul, why don't we go to Afton Hollower?
What a nice day it is outside today. I'm Afton Holler with Mind, Body, and Soul. It seems we've finally seen the last of that horrible winter weather and moved on to sunshine where people can hang around outside. With us today is Professor Kutkin to talk about things that people forget to do during the change of seasons.
In particular, the first thing would be insect bites. I'm always concerned about that because insects carry diseases, and so those are things people need to be very, very aware of. So the first kind of insect bite people need to be really watchful for are things like bees or wasp stings. A lot of times people don't know if they're allergic or not. So if you get stung by a wasp or a bee and you start having any kind of large reaction on your skin, or you feel like you're having trouble breathing, that would be a time you need to go to the emergency room right away. The second kind of insect bites that are a little bit of concern in this area are tick bites. So a lot of students go out camping. You need to be really careful that you wear the right kind of clothing to cover as much of your skin as possible, so long sleeves, boots, socks, pants. Because if you get bit by a tick that's carrying the virus for Lyme disease, then it could, or the bacteria, I guess I should say, it could be really dangerous. That can make you very, very ill.
Professor Kukin also cautions students to be aware of the sun when they go outside and consider wearing sunscreen, hats, and sunglasses. From Midstate Magazine, I'm Afton Hollauer.
All right.
Thanks, Afton. That's very useful tips for us this coming weather.
Yes,
so.
definitely.
Now, I know that there are, aside from, individuals just want to help out, we have celebrities, we have people in the spotlight who want to contribute to the cause of Earth Day. Now, I'm going to get this information correct. Now, our own Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The governor of California.
The governor of California. Now, he is having this movement where it's going to be the Green Building Initiative. Now, he says it's going to help to direct state agencies to make state-owned facilities 20% more energy efficient.
Okay.
In 2015.
I'm glad it's coming out of California because there's a lot of pollution there, and
definitely.
We're moving in the right direction. You know what? Why don't you tell me some more about celebrity
let
green
me
stuff?
go in the spotlight real quick and let you know what's going on.
All right.
Excuse me.
In the spotlight with Sandra Hall.
Hello, everyone. Happy Earth Day. Welcome to this very green edition of In the Spotlight with me, Sandra Hollywood Hall. This week, I'm going to be letting you into the world of green celebrities who are making the world a better place one day at a time. First off is the A-list actor Leonardo DiCaprio, who not only starred in Titanic, but is also a huge environmentalist. DiCaprio has led a very eco-friendly lifestyle by driving a hybrid Toyota Prius and even installing solar panels in his home. He also wrote, produced, and narrated the film 11th Hour, which sheds light on the global warming crisis. Not to mention the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, which the actor began in 1998 to spread awareness on environmental issues. Next up is the Canadian singer and songwriter Alanis Morissette, who was a recipient of the Environmental Media Award in 2003, which is given to celebs who include environmental practices in their daily life. Alanis also narrated a 2005 PBS documentary, Global Warming, The Signs and the Science. She has also been a frequent performer at the Earth Day Fest held in San Francisco. Our last environmentalist is no Hollywood star, but is still pretty famous. That is former Vice President Al Gore, who has been known for his holding congressional hearings on environmental issues since the 70s. In 2007, Gore reached his peak with winning the Nobel Peace Prize for his work in spreading knowledge of man-made climate changes. Also, his Academy Award-winning documentary he created, An Inconvenient Truth, that taught many of the problems of global warming. Gore's good Earth deeds didn't stop there because he was also a significant figure in organizing last summer's Live Earth benefit concerts. That's all I have for you this week's edition of In the Spotlight. I hope you have a wonderful Earth Day, and I'll see you guys next week. Going back on set. Bye-bye.
All right.
Sorry about that. I had to spread a little Earth Day news.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette you mentioned.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if you've seen MTV Cribs, her crib.
Yeah, I've definitely checked that out.
Now, she lives in Canada, but inside her home, you would have no idea. She's got like Japanese decor and really cool like Turkish and Moroccan themed rooms and like tiny altars all throughout, candles. Anyways, she's very, environmental friendly and very conscious about that. Right. So like you'll see things like you won't on normal cribs where she has a pool where the heat is generated by energy from solar panels.
Oh, wow.
And also there's a really cool like natural wooden table that goes all throughout the home. And
why can people just think to save money and just conserve
and it's
energy?
classy too.
It's classy. Because a lot of people don't realize that the water that we use, for instance, most of the water used in our house is from our bathroom.
Yeah.
So obviously when you're brushing your teeth, just turn the water off.
Takes
Just
no
save
effort.
Some water. No whatsoever. But I think that's why we're here to
I'll
enforce
think about
people.
that. Let's spread that news. Why don't we go to About Town with Blaze Felty?
The Luthi Botanical Gardens were built in 1951, but the gardens are a far cry from what they were then.
Over the years, the grounds have gradually been developed and expanded and enhanced, and what you see today, we have around 10 different theme gardens and borders. It really caters to the home gardener and the success of the home gardener.
The botanical gardens have a variety of plants which cater to any plant lover.
Within the conservatory here, we have a lot of tropical collections. If somebody's into begonias, we have a begonia collection. We have a very extensive orchid collection. We have over 200, 250 different orchids here at the garden. We've got the largest, actually one of the largest public orchid collections in downstate.
The main purpose of the gardens is to educate the public.
They're brought in here to the conservatory and they make a terrarium, which is a small version of an ecosystem. And what we've recently started to do is a lot of economic botany, where we talk about the plants and the connections between plants and people a little bit more.
Everyone who comes to the garden learns something different, but they all have one thing in common.
The person carries away an experience or a connection with nature or an experience with nature. That's what we hope that happens. Because sometimes people just don't have that everyday experience with nature, and sometimes I think it's needed in today's society.
The Luthi Botanical Gardens are definitely worth checking out. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Blaze Felty.
I've checked it out.
Blaze.
Now we're talking about Earth Day, and I wanted to let you know that I mentioned it earlier, but Discovery Home Channel, it is being replaced with Planet Green. It's the first 24-hour eco-friendly TV channel.
Yeah, you were mentioning it earlier, so what's...
They have really cool programs. I checked this out. They have this thing called Battleground Earth, where Ludacris and Tommy Lee are both, like, this is a 10-episode thing where they go across the country, and they're both trying to be eco-friendly and save wattage at the concerts.
Yeah.
Bill Nye, the science guy, he's coming back to do a show called Stuff Happens.
Oh,
also, I'm really excited about, what's the last one? I've been looking at, there's a recycling thing, and there's all these different shows about just like being green and eco-friendly. And yeah, we'll talk more about that, but why don't we go first to State of the Arts with Sherry Ellis.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ellis, and welcome to State of the Arts today. We are here to rock the house with a local blues band that has been together for 20 years, Rooster Alley. Now let's watch as they perform their hit maker, Top Shelf Mama.
Walking with my baby, she's dressed in black. She got her earrings on and her hair pulled back. She's looking so fine, it's smelling so sweet. Now let me tell you people, she can't be beat. She's the top shelf mama. She's my baby, yeah. Love me in the morning, afternoon too. When the night falls, people, I don't know what to do. She's my baby, yeah, she's my honey child, yeah. Well, she's one in a million. She's my baby, yeah. Love you in the morning, afternoon too. When the night falls, people, I don't know what to do. She's my baby, yeah, she's my honey child, yeah. Well, she's one in a million. She's my baby, yeah. Love you in the morning, afternoon too. When the night falls, people, I don't know what to do. She's my baby, yeah, she's my honey child, yeah. Well, she's one in a million. She's my baby.
That was certainly a rocking good time with our very own Rooster Alley. I'm Sherry Ellis with State of the Arts. Back to you, Brett and Sandra.
I wish I could play drums.
Oh, thanks, Sherry. That was a rocking good time. But we're having a rocking good time here on set talking about
Earth Day.
Our Earth Day. Now, of course, throughout the show, we've emphasized the importance of, protecting our environment, solar energy, this, and
Yeah,
it just.
but what's that Coke can about? Like, what
All
are you
right,
doing over
see,
there?
I think, we're talking about wanting to preserve our energy. Why don't we just. What would you think to do with that can?
You want to know? I'd do two folds. I'd do the bottom one, I'd do the top one, and then crush it.
Okay, and then afterwards you will.
I don't know. That's usually the only part I get to.
Okay, you have a plastic
It's
bottle.
space saving.
Newspaper and a piece of paper. Why don't we recycle?
Ah.
See, some people don't realize recycling will help our planet. For instance, this bottle. I drank water out of this, but you know what? I can reuse it over and over again rather than having to spend money and just buy more and more.
And the newspaper? Now it's big and long. Don't even read it. If you don't read it, then it's not boring.
You know what? It's okay because we're going to continue on saving our Earth.
Good Earth Day.
Good Earth
And remember,
Day.
if you're not watching us,
You're not watching much at all.
see you next time.
Come on.